Welcome to another weekly spark. This week, we're talking about how to achieve your most ambitious goals without stress or risk of burnout. If you do a quick Google search for how to achieve your most ambitious goals, you're bound to find articles stacked on articles about how to stay focused, how to set a plan, writing SMART goals, and how you can go all in on your dreams. Notice that all of these tips are very action focused, which is not a bad thing per se. However, if we follow solely these tips, it's a recipe for burnout. It's a recipe for stress because nowhere in those tips is there any discussion of balance or sustainability, which means maybe it will work for you to achieve one goal or maybe two, but in the long run, we need to foster a balance between both action and intention. And this is how you achieve your most ambitious goals, because your most ambitious goals will likely take longer than just a few days or just a few weeks of intense focus. To give you a taste of what's possible, if you follow these tips, I'm quoting one of my experienced members, Angie, who shared, "I have been putting my dream on the back burner." After just a few weeks, Angie is celebrating. "I took out my nutrition and fitness books and I'm starting to look at them again. It's generating an energy that I can do this." And you can do this to achieve your most ambitious goals and dreams. If you want a visual of these 5 steps, then download the free accompanying PDF at yesandbymarin.com/blog. Stay tuned at the end of this video for my personal example of these steps implemented. Ready? My name is Marin Laka, and I am your coach and guide through today's training. I empower you to break free from limiting beliefs and false expectations about how life should be so you can own your potential, step into your worth, and share your unique impact on this world. We're working toward that big vision today through 5 steps. Let's dive in. Tip number 1 is to get intentional. So at the introduction, I talked about how a lot of the tips are very action focused, and action, again, is not bad or wrong. If you are action oriented, which you can find out by taking my quiz, you're also more prone to take action. Regardless of your strength, however, we need to purposefully incorporate intention into our goal setting at the very beginning, because without intention, without a why for achieving your most ambitious goals, you simply won't maintain the motivation to maintain sustainable momentum and sustainable goal attainment. So this first step is to really clarify why you want the goal in front of you. Let your mind and imagination expand to what's possible with this goal, to what your life looks like with this goal in it, which may include other goals as well. The second tip for your most ambitious goal attainment is to get specific. Now, this is very similar to the SMART goal tip. However, I want to take this even a step further for you to get specific holistically. So this means not only like SMART goals are you saying it's measurable, it's exact, it's time bound. That's very important as well, and to write all of that out. But also I want you to dive into that specific goal and say, what will this feel like? How will this impact my life? And once you've done so, because it is proven that when you write down your goals, you are far more likely to attain them, comment below this video that goal that you envision and add some detail so that you really lock in what exactly this goal is for you. The third step is to connect the dots now. So take steps 1 and 2 and link them together. So this exact goal, you've gotten so specific on what it feels like, on exactly what it is. How does that take you to the first why? How does that help your grand vision, the big vision of why you're going after this in the first place? This again helps with motivation, because as you pursue these ambitious goals, you're bound to come upon roadblocks. You are bound to see that this may take way longer than you think. And so if you not only have the exact goal to refer to, the feeling and experience of it, but you also have that link to say, by attaining that, it will help me get to this even grander vision I have for my life. Step 4 is to be unapologetic about your non-negotiables. So the first step, of course, is to define what are your non-negotiables? What are the things in life? Maybe it even comes from that grand vision that are in your life no matter what. This is what will help maintain balance as you pursue this goal in the long run. This also ensures that once you get to your goal, you don't have that pit in your stomach that says, this wasn't worth it, this wasn't worth the sacrifices, or this wasn't what I actually wanted. It's bringing in the holistic side of you so that yes, you can go toward your ambitious goal with all your might, but also you maintain that little seed or that perspective of your holistic wellness and your holistic happiness along the way. So spell out what you will not compromise, even if it got you closer to your goal. Because if you were to compromise that non-negotiable, it would negate the importance or the fulfillment that you expect from this goal in the first place. And step 5 is to know your strength. So half of us are action-oriented and half of us are intention-oriented. To be action-oriented is the doer, the rule follower, the implementer. The intention-oriented is the dreamer and the planner. Knowing what your strength is will help you to trust your strength, to trust that you have that part of your puzzle covered. And then it's also to purposefully incorporate the other half. It's to create this balance, again, not only so that you can maintain your motivation and your clarity and your direction and your action to attain these ambitious goals, but also so that you feel good all along the way. So learn your strength, potentially by taking my free quiz at yesandbymarin.com/quiz linked below, and discover whether you are intention-oriented or action-oriented. So how about an example for these steps? And I'll use one from my personal life. One of my most ambitious goals is to fill my membership program to at least 100 people in the year of 2021. Another tip is I actually have a good, better, best goal. So my most ambitious is 500 members inside the experience by the end of 2021. However, good, 100, better, 300, and best is 500. I'll save that tip for another video. So let's start with getting intentional. Why do I want 100, 300? 500 individuals inside the Yes and experience? Because of the 30 individuals who are in there right now, I am seeing the most incredible transformations and true experiences of fulfillment. I'm receiving feedback that individuals are so grateful to have found this community and to experience the transformation that they've been looking for. One that helps them achieve their goals, that helps them step into their full potential, but doesn't compromise the well-being of themselves in the process. And there's 30 individuals, which is fantastic, and I love all of them. However, it's 30 individuals, and I know there are more people who need this information and who need this perspective and support. Furthermore, I absolutely love running this membership program for my members. I thrive, I light up and get even more expansive. And so the more I can do it and the more people I can share it with, the happier and more fulfilled I am as well. It's a win-win-win. So getting specific, what does this feel like? And really to spell it out. I already shared good, better, best, 100, 300, 500 by the end of 2021. Members inside the experience. That's how specific I've gotten numbers-wise from that SMART goal perspective. But then adding in the feeling and the experience, I picture myself on the live group coaching calls, looking at many individuals who have joined, who highlight it as their favorite part of their week. I think about the trainings that I will share. I think about the conversations that will be had, the emails I receive from members who are so grateful, and the emails I send to members because I am so grateful. And that feeling of gratitude and expansion and mutual thriving as a whole community, that is the feeling that I'm going toward. For my example, number 2 and number 1 are pretty similar. And number 2 is that specific goal, the feeling of 100, 200, 500 members. Number 1 is why, the reason for it, the expansiveness, the benefit for other individuals, the benefit for myself and for Yes and the joy that's shared all around. I could even take this into step 4 to be unapologetic about my non-negotiables. If I feel like I'm not able to show up at my best for whatever reason in support of this amount of individuals, or if I'm not receiving positive feedback anymore from the individuals sharing in, that's a sign to me that this is no longer a goal to pursue. That's why steps 1 and 2 are so important, to not only say, I want 100 members, period, end of story, because what if 100 members come, but I'm no longer thriving and they're no longer happy? That would no longer be a true attainment of my original goal. Some other non-negotiables I have are my own well-being and health. That's why I create the schedule that I do. That's why I reserve time for my physical health, my mental health, my relationship health. So if at any time that is compromised in the pursuit of this goal, I'm no longer either going to pursue that goal or pursue it in the way that I have been. And lastly, step 5, know my strength. I've taken the quiz. I also created it. My strength is action for sure. I am more action-based, and because of this, I purposefully incorporate intention into my days. If I don't incorporate that intention into my day, I am at risk for just doing, implementing without coming back to the why, without coming back to my purpose, without coming back to the big picture. So some ways that I incorporate intention with purpose, because otherwise I would just stay in my action lane, is I journal pretty much every morning, meditate pretty much every day, and conclude my week at the end of each week for my business to review my goals, my lessons, and my celebrations. So there's an example of applying these 5 steps. You got a taste of why it is so important to complete each of these steps and how this will help you attain your most ambitious goal without stress or burnout. To see these steps in written form, download your free PDF that lays them out for you at yesandbymaureen.com/blog. Take the quiz to find your strength and keep yourself accountable to step 5 at yesandbymaureen.com/quiz. Don't forget to comment your ambitious goal below from step 2 to really hold yourself accountable and also to make it come true. And lastly, if you want to see more videos just like this, there are a few things you can do for free to boost the Yes and channel. Like this video, subscribe, and share it with your friend. Next week, we're going to cover how to get unstuck when you're feeling uninspired. Potentially, you'll encounter that on your pursuit to your most ambitious goal. See you then.